calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. Up past the 30, second down coming up. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 10 more there and another 1st down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now a give to Mostert running right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 42 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Here's Mostert. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Check. Check right.
They'll run right side with Mostert. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They'll run with Mostert, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. Well, they moved the ball well there on the opening series. Running game was in sync. They were knocking on the doorstep, but ultimately, Charles, they'll have to settle for the field goal.
Well, they certainly were moving it well, and give this defense a ton of credit. Finally dug their heels in and forced the field goal. That's wondered in his game partner. Will this offense look back at this drive and think to themselves, if we'd gotten 6, we'd be in a better spot.
And able to get this out to the 25. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
10 cycles.
And Lance again going to keep it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. 1st down.
Let's go now.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The Niners at 9-2 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have the Niners first down by a couple of yards yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
Steel, black. Steel, blue. Yellow, go. Ready?
Lance now on 1st down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Ready, play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Yellow, blue.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Right, blue.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Back to the ground here, Mitchell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Ready.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Another run with Mitchell. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Hey, green. Black ultra. Rocker, stick. Hey.
The Lance going to throw. Flush to his right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like
and a really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on the little bit. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he went backwards. They'll be down at the 30. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
52 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Lance. Gets this one to use check. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
The second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. play fake. Lance. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Okay.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Red, cycle. Come red. Six, red.
Shotgun now for Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On the counter, Mitchell. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Lance to throw it. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Right, 97. Yellow, go.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
And how about that on 3rd down? There's so many different directions an offense can go. Throw it out wide to the receivers, get it to their speedy running back. They changed up everything and handed it to the fullback, and he surprised them all and picked up a first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
From the 22, Lance got his man complete over the middle. That's Mitchell. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They run over center with Mitchell. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? And Lance again going to keep it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. His 8th rushing touchdown and 9th overall on the year. And the 49ers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Okay, ready? The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And he's got room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 78 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Once again, it's Mostert. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, How about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Liam Eichenberg, second-round pick in 2021 from Notre Dame, the guilty party. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. From the gun, it's Tua. Eluding the pressure right. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will have a Dolphins first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on fourth down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A new lease on life after the fourth down conversion. Here's first and 10. He'll buy some time right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Tua going to tap this forward on a jet sweep. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here we go, third and one. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 41. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Throwing on second and 8. Lance. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game, passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
Ready?
The Niners on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Lance. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Connecting with Hill, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tua to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Tua. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Tagovailoa. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And this is where the coach is walking that line of...
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners have just about sewn up this football game.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7. Ready.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story of this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you were planning to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for San Francisco, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for Miami, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Keep my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, on my own. Keep my way up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold. For the bank and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my boy ain't heavy. I'm the best and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I pick up when I call it. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best,